everybody, today is Wednesday, September 4th. It's 6:46 a.m. and I'm on my way to Starbucks. I got a DoorDash offer for $10 for 5.1 miles. Well, I've filled out my paperwork to pay my my Q3 taxes, so that was fun. So now I just got to drop them off and put that in the mail so that it's on its way to get paid. And yeah, it's always a real treat to pay the IRS. But you got to do it every quarter. You've got to calculate how much money you made in the previous quarter, and then you have to pay that percentage to make sure you don't get a penalty on your taxes. So try your best to pay your taxes on time if you can. Especially if you're doing this type of work, full time, and you're making a significant amount of money, you don't want to end up in trouble at the end of the year and get a penalty for not paying your taxes throughout the year, because that ends up just costing you more money. Someone else was talking or commenting to me about acceptance rate, and is it how am I able to do this job with such a low acceptance rate? And I tried to communicate to them in the comments that the acceptance rate is not relevant to an independent contractor, because you're allowed to accept or decline whatever offers these apps send you, because you're not their employee, you're an independent contractor. And because of that, you're allowed to do that. And I know a lot of the apps, they don't like to mention that because, they want the deliveries done as quick as possible. And they don't like the fact that, that gig workers can, decline them, and then it can take a while before the offer gets accepted. So they try to not communicate that to you so that you just don't know. And then they try to incentivize you to accept every offer by sort of putting a carrot in front of you in hopes that you'll somehow get some sort of benefit by not declining any offers. So that's kind of the gist of acceptance rate and why it even exists, and why you should really just accept offers that really just make sense for you. Thank you.
Have an experience to them.
Got the order. It's going to be an 8-minute drive, 3.7 miles. It's going to be a house. I'll leave at my door. Please don't ring the doorbell. I think one of the problems with having a low acceptance rate is that you really have to figure out in your market, what's the environment like? That's the real tricky part about this job. Like, I can make a blanket statement and say your acceptance rate doesn't matter, but maybe you work in a market where there's just way too many drivers and there's just not enough work. And so the apps, or the company that that makes these apps, they'll start to just get rid of people because they realize, there's just not enough work for this many people. And then for what, they can decide for themselves why they're getting rid of people. Maybe it's because their acceptance rate is not very high. Or maybe it's just because, maybe because they decide that your customer service rating isn't as high. Like, there's people that are much higher than you, and they have a certain number of drivers that have that rating, and so they're like, well, let's just get rid of some people who have not as perfect of a rating as these other people. So I mean, that's really what can happen if they have too many drivers, they can decide to do that. But in most major cities, like if you work in a major city, there's so much work that they don't do that. They just, and they know that the what is it, attrition, the number of people who just quit, who just get bored or frustrated or tired of doing delivery is high, and people just give up and just don't even though they sign up, they just stop using it. So they know that it's best just to stick with whatever they're usually doing, and not worry about the acceptance rate. But they also know that people who are new to doing delivery driving, they're so enthusiastic that they just want to please everybody. They want to please the customers. They want to please the companies that make these apps, and so they're jumping through hoops of fire for these companies because they're trying to somehow they feel like they're working. They feel like they're the employee of the company, and they're trying to show them, look what a great superstar I am. Give me the best offers and never fire me. And they still have that employer mentality, when in reality they're just a contractor. You're your own company in a business relationship with this other company. And that's a hard concept for new people to understand because most of them have never been in that situation before. It's gonna be coming up on the left. It's gonna be this house on the left here at the corner, I think. Yup.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door. Please don't ring doorbell.
Uh-huh. All right, the time is 7:54, and hell, I was waiting a long time to get an offer. This one's from Uber Eats, $8.25 for 3.2 miles to go to Einstein Bagels. Just here in this shopping center parked because all the kids are are going to school right now, and I didn't want to deal with all the traffic.
Turn left on Candelaria.
So I decided, I'm going to go mail my taxes, and then I'm going to go get gas, and then I'm just going to park. And so I parked, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And nothing good was coming in. It was all stuff that was not $2 a mile. So I just hung out there, and finally something came in. And this order's probably not going to be ready because I'm so close. I'm so close to the bagel place that the odds that it's ready is not very high. So I'm just driving as slow as I can, just cruising in the parking lot until I get there. And I'm already here, just like that. Got the order in the car, 10-minute drive, 3 miles. It's a house, it's a leave at the door. Order took so long. This does not seem like it's going to be a very profitable day. It looks like it's going to be super slow, which is fine. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm just going with the flow, and I'll probably only going to work until noon at the latest, and I'm turning this stupid app off. I think what's making me so frustrated this morning is that I've been on the road since 7, I think, or a little after 7. So it's been
a quarter mile, turn left on East Pebble Road using the left lane.
It's been over an hour that I've been on the road, and this is only my second delivery that I've done, and the previous one, the Starbucks one, was so quick. It was like I I picked it up, dropped it off, and
Turn left on East Pebble
in
Road.
such a short amount of time. And I parked for a while before I went to the gas station. I parked for a little bit, thinking that I would get something at the post office, and I didn't get anything. And then so basically I waited at the post office, and then I waited in that shopping mall near Einstein Bagels. So grand total, it feels like I've been sitting in the car doing nothing for probably about 30 minutes of the time. And I hate just sitting in the car waiting. It just makes me crazy. So thankfully I don't have to do that for the rest of the day. It was just during that time when the kids are going to school that I do that. So after I drop this off, I'm making a beeline back to the house. All right, we're coming up on the drop off. It's gonna be on the right hand side.
Drop off.
Drop off. Drop off. Is it this one? Yup. The next one coming up, and it's from DoorDash, and it's gonna be going to Great Harvest Bread. I'm gonna get $7 for 2.9 miles. I got the order, and I'm headed off to, I believe it's a house, 7 minutes from here, 2.7 miles, and it's a leave at the door. Let's see if I can back out of here without getting hit by a car. It's real busy in this parking lot. It is crazy busy. Oh man, it's like everyone's just waiting for a parking spot. It's like it's like nobody's leaving. That is the only parking spot that's available. When I pulled in, there was somebody pulling out of that spot, and it was the only spot. And then when I backed out, people were just waiting for me to leave that spot so they could get that spot. Oh boy. Time is 9:31 a.m. It is so slow, and I am making such a small amount of money for as long as I've been online. I don't know if it's a record breaker for slowness. I don't think so. I had one time when I was working where all day long I didn't get anything. It was the strangest day. There was not a single offer that came in that I accepted. So I don't think that record will ever be broken, because I mean, how do you break getting zero work? sitting around waiting all day for an offer to come in. So that record could only be tied. A surprise medical bill. That was really fun. There's nothing more fun than finding out you owe all this money that you forgot about. So I had seen this new doctor for probably about, it's probably been over a year now, and every time I go in, they never charge me anything. And I'm like, wow, maybe it's free, because they've never sent me a bill. And my old doctor that I had before that, they would always charge me, like about $150 or $170 per visit. So, not cheap. But this doctor, I'm like, wow, they're not charging me anything, and I haven't gotten anything in the mail. I'm like, well, just keep doing the routine. Well, after a year and some months, it finally caught up to me, and the bill came in. It was over $500 for the doctor visits. But that's the price you pay for trying to take care of yourself. And when you're self-employed, this is the kind of this is all you can really get. You don't have the finest of health insurance, but you know, it's still considering the all the things that relate to healthcare, and you know, I at least I know I'm covered if I have some kind of major medical event, you know, minus the deductible. At least I know I won't get bankrupt. So yeah, and I wonder if I think Medicare is going to be much better, but of course that's not for another 10 years. So I just got to hang in there. All right, we're in the $1 million McDonald Ranch community. I haven't been here in a while. It's weird how I'll go day after day. I'll come here, and then suddenly for weeks I won't come here. That happens sometimes too with the Starbucks that I go to. Sometimes it's there's like a huge lag time where I don't go to the Starbucks that I go to usually almost every day. It's just one of the mysteries of the universe. Nobody can explain why it happens, but it does. And this order that they got is so light, it feels like there's nothing even in the bag. So it's coming up here on the right, up on top of this fancy hill. I don't know if it's going to be the first, probably the first house. These houses are so big, so it's got to be this first house. Yep, it's going to be this one. Where's the front door?
The customer requested you leave the order at their door.
I see the front door.
They added the following instructions.
Leave it at the door.
Leave at my door.
I forgot to also mention that I made a CD this morning, and it was the first time that the CD was below 4%. And so the feds haven't even officially announced what the rate cut's going to be. They're supposed to announce sometime this month. But I can already see the CD rates are plummeting. And yeah, if you guys didn't lock in your CDs by now, you're just about, the party's just about over. So yeah, I hope some of you out there, if you have the savings, you took advantage of those high rates and you locked them in for a good amount of time, because who knows how long it's going to be until the rates are that high again. The way everything is looking right now, it looks like the next phase is going to be you know, a subtle recession with layoffs and you know, less job opportunities. And the only bright spot is that inflation is finally slowing down, so it should, by next year, all things considered and all things, you know, if all things work out, inflation will be back to a normal 2%, which will be awesome. It's 10:15 a.m. We got something from DoorDash, going to a tropical smoothie for $9 for 4.3 miles. Hello. Picking up for...
Should be down right there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You have a good one.
Thank you too. Order was ready, so that's good. 8-minute drive, 3.2 miles. Leave at my door. Make a right, go to the wall. Make a left, go to the wall. Make a left halfway down, in the middle. Sounds like an apartment. Let's see how good these directions are. Make a right at the gate, go all the way down to the wall.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
All the way down to the wall. It's a long way to that wall. Here comes the wall, everybody. They didn't give me a building number, but I'm just assuming based on their apartment number what the building number is. So make a left, then go all the way to the wall. This guy, he has no idea I'm even behind him. He's just like doop 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 doo. And the car behind me, they want to go too. Go all the way down to the wall. And then make a left. Well, it almost looks like there isn't a left up here. But there is. I see it. And then go halfway down and then something else I can't remember. This is the part where I can't remember. But I see it. I have it labeled on my Google Maps, so I am following that. And then I'll just park and walk around the building. And then let's see. Your destination is on the left. It says it's this building here, so I guess I'll park right here and then start walking around. Going for a little stroll, everybody. Customer snuck up on me, so I didn't get to turn my camera on. And so I was headed to what I thought was where the door was, but it wasn't on that side of the building. And I saw there was no walkway to get to the other side of the building, which was really weird. I guess they really try to make each tenant feel like they have a very exclusive area to themselves. DoorDash coming in, $9.75, 3.2 miles, but to shop for 19 items. I don't know if I want to do that one or not. That's a lot of items. Shoot, what should I do? I don't know. It's a short amount of miles. How long would it take me to shop for 19 items? That's probably going to be a long time. Uh-oh, it's going to disappear if I don't accept it pretty soon. 4, 3, 2, 1. Did I get it? Oh, I got it. All right, let me tell you about it. One's from DoorDash, $9.75, 3.2 miles, shopping for 19 items at Albertsons. Why do I feel like I've been suckered into this one? Okay, so we're shopping for avocados, lemons, watermelon cup, English cucumber, red onion, salmon, crab meat, capers, a case of water, bastards, milk, buttermilk biscuits, whipped cream cheese spread, and one more tub of Philadelphia cream cheese spread. That's not too bad. All right, I got everything and no substitutes. It was harder than I thought. The packaging had changed on a few of the items, so it didn't look like the right item at all. So it created a log jam for me as far as being able to get the hell out of there. But I somehow managed to finally find everything, but I don't know if this was worth it. It didn't really feel like it was worth the effort for $9 and whatever cents for the amount of misery I had to put myself through to get these groceries. And I hit the button to let the guy know they didn't have his crab meat. And then he responded like, well, what kind of crab meat do they have? And I, oh, Lord. They had all different kinds of crab meat. So I was like, what in the heck should I do? So I went back over there, and I knew he just needed an 8 ounces of crab meat. So I knew it was small because just the regular size packages were double the size. So while looking at the 8-ounce sizes of different types of crab meat, and they have so many different kinds, I came across it. It had the words lumpy on it, and I thought, well, I remember his description of that item was lumpy, and it was the only one that was small that said lumpy. And when I scanned it, it went through, and that was the item that had all new, not just all new packaging as far as the design of the packaging, but the material was different. Instead of a plastic bag, it was in a glass jar. So totally different than what it looked like in the picture. But okay, so we're gonna be going 5 more minutes, 2.1 miles, going to a house, and it's a hand it to me. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Wow, the traffic on this side of town is terrible right now. I am just crawling to get to this house. And I don't know if there would have been a faster way to go or not. I don't think there was. And the lights are just so long. I don't know what's happening. Hopefully that's the worst of it. And I don't know if I'm going to do another one or not. The time is currently 11:08 a.m. and I'm already past the time that I said I wanted to work. I just wanted to work till like 11 or 11:30 at the latest. And the money has been terrible today. Lousy, lousy, lousy. Ooh, we finally made it into the neighborhood. Okay, let's see if we can find this joker. Let's see here. All right, turning left. It's gonna be on the left-hand side. There it is.
The customer requested you hand them the order.
Oh yeah?
They added the following instructions.
What instructions?
Hand it to me.
Oh, hand it to you, okay. Okay. Hello. You're welcome. There you go. That's it. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Okay, well, that should be it. I'm leaving the apps on though in case a $20 offer comes in. But if it doesn't, then we're not taking anything. It has to be at least 20 or close to 20. $3.27 for 6 miles. No. Oh, God. And I got probably about a, I don't know, probably about a 17-minute drive till I get home. $4.40, 6.4 miles. No. Oh, God. What a terrible day. The customer answered the door while I had left the water. Uber Eats, $9.02, 6.1 miles. And they had opened the door and took the water. And then when I came back to the door, I didn't want to set everything, outside since they had the door wide open. So I set it onto their, on their tile in the entryway. I didn't realize it was ceramic tile. And when I set the first bag down, I heard a loud clunk of a glass jar of something. And I thought, oh no, please don't tell me that jar broke. But no, it didn't. I didn't drop it, I just set it down. But because it's ceramic tile, it makes a loud noise when you do it. And you know how anything will break if it touches ceramic tile. So Yeah, but it didn't break. But I was like, that just figures. And then they bought 5 long hothouse cucumbers. They're super long. And I put them in the bag. There were 5 of them. Put them in the bag, and the bag started to tear because they have little. They're kind of sharp at the ends of the cucumber. And I thought, oh no, this bag is gonna tear open too. I thought, wow, everything's going wrong. I just want to drop this off and get home. So the bag did not tear, but it started to form holes in certain spots, and yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, this day was about I would say a 4.5. It wasn't like bad things happen. It was more like there was not enough work and the traffic was terrible. And the money to mile ratios, although they were $2 for every mile, every time I did an offer, I ended up going all the way back home. So I ended up getting $1 for every mile. And then I had to mail something. I had to get gas. So that actually made it even worse. So, I mean, you can now see the miles because I don't think I'm turning this off. Let me turn off my app. I'm done. Say goodbye, Gracie. Goodbye, N-dash. So yeah, so you can see the total number of miles and how it's almost $1 for every mile that I got. Yeah. What a joke today was. But this is what happens in this job. Some days are good, some days are bad. And you just roll with it, and another day comes. And at least I do everything I can to, minimize the pain as best I can. Whew. All right, guys. Well, this is the end of Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And tune in tomorrow for Thursday's episode as we grind our way towards $420 by the end of Sunday. Take care. Bye for now.